कुदरत ये कह रही है, आ दिल से दिल मिला ले, उल्फत से आज लेकर दिल का दिया जला ले। सच्ची अगर लगन है, फिर किसका तुझको डर है। साथी है खूबसूरत, ये मौसम को भी खबर है। कितना हसी है मौसम, कितना हसी सफर है। साथी है खूबसूरत, ये मौसम को भी खबर है। ओ I, the pure consciousness or the sense of self-awareness, would manifest the words of truth and wisdom. I, the pure consciousness or the sense of self-awareness, would manifest the words of truth and wisdom, with or without your support and opinion. The one who has tapped on the ultimate, the one who has tapped on eternity, the one who has tapped on the omniscient, the omnipresent, the one who lives with it, the one who lives there does not need any allies. However, here I am to help you. Life has become a burden for you. Here I am to help you. Life has become a burden for you for some reason. While you are still in your accumulation, which we understand as your body, you can do something about the suffering or the circumstances that you are going through. If you understand what I'm saying to you, you can still you can still do something about the you can change your circumstances by using your free will. It happens little by little. You complain, which is okay. I want you to tell me how you really feel so I can give you the remedy of your pain. You understand? I am here basically. I am here to take the pain away, the suffering away from you. One day things are going into your favor. You want to live. Other day things are bent. Have you ever bent over? Does that excite you? Bent. One day, other day the things are bent or deviated from your routine or normal. You see normal in double quotation or single quotation. Normal life. And then you don't want to live, huh? You need to make up your mind what you want to do. Don't play games. You see, you need to be truthful with yourself. I'm not judging you. I'm not criticizing you. I'm prompting you to take the first step. Every journey that people have completed always start from a step, you see. It's not about whether we reach the destination or not. It's in the journey. It's all about the journey. Every moment, every moment, if you understand and if you instill and if you learn to live in the very moment you are facing right now, that very moment is your journey and that very moment is your destination. You understand that I was here on this planet Earth to take your pain away. I am the one who dwells within everything in creation. I am the comforter. But my time is super close, you understand? And I am going to make sure that not only I slay the demons and the devil, I am going to make sure not only I slay the demons and the devil, and not only I protect those who are vulnerable, who have ripped aura, you see, and I would stand literally in front of their ripped aura You hear demons and devil, and I would protect as long as I am around. When I transit to the next level of awareness, if you understand, my videos are there to guide you. My words of truth and wisdom are there to guide you. Do not quit or lose hope. Exhaust every single option that there is. At least you would have the satisfaction that you tried. You see, that's not the loser. You see, you try, you fail. Try harder, fail better. That's what it's about. You try, you fail. Try harder, fail better. I have learned to fail better. And one day I learned and I took over. You see, by now, you know, I see things that you see. And I also see things that you do not see. You see, I carry a certain type of vibration that most people would get tremendously scared if seen by the naked eyes. You understand? Tremendously scared. However, this retreat, these words of truth and wisdom through from Brahman through this vessel are not about this identification that we understand as yes. You see why I'm saying to you, I do not read scripts here. I look straight because I see Brahman there, you see. And no gender involved. It's not about gender. It looks right at me and I look right at it. You see, it appears in a form. Nama Rupa. Nama Rupa is Sanskrit, name, shape, form, whatever you want to say. It appears in a form and I look right at it and we initiate a band with each other, you know. You like to form bands, huh? Does that excite you? And then we initiate bands with each other. And then here I go. So life has become a burden for you. You are asking questions that why life? Life is a precious gift that you have no awareness about. While you are still in this accumulation, this vessel, you can do. While you are still in this accumulation, this vessel, you can do something about what you are going through. My heart goes out to you. I wish I could take this pain away, even with your will, but you have to do it. Nobody can do it for you. Remember, Rumi, it's your road alone. Other can help you walk, which I am coming into the picture. But you have to walk, you see. What exactly you are looking for? You are looking for certainty. You are looking for a normal life. You are looking for love. You want to be loved. You are looking for romance. You are looking something outside of yourself, isn't it? So as long as Shri Ramakrishna Pramanchaya, the one I mentioned yesterday, if you remember, that the Hindu saint and mystic, omnipotent being, and my previous, not the just previous, but the incarnation before I was with him. You see, Shri Ramakrishna Pramanchaya mentioned a mystic, a brilliant mystic, just like Rumi. Shri Ramakrishna Pramanchaya mentioned, as long as you keep looking, as long as you keep looking outside of yourself for these things, love, romance, normal, stable life, stillness. So as long as you keep looking these things outside of yourself, there is suffering. You understand the statement, there is suffering, as long as you keep looking outside of yourself. You want a solution of your suffering, no matter what the feature or the form of your suffering is, isn't it? Isn't it what you want? You want a solution and you want the solution right now. But the thing is, it is accumulated karma. It's attached with me too. It just depends how we are handling as individual, isn't it? Isn't it a fact? It's attached. Karma is attached to me too. That's why you are witnessing my body. That's why you are hearing the sound. That's why you are witnessing my body, and that's why you hearing the sound of my voice. That's why you witnessing me here speaking the words of truth and wisdom. You see, karma is also attached to me. I have transcended a lot of it, but I still have the karma. That's why I work on it. Everything requires action. Action itself is karma, but right now you are trying to transcend the karma which irritates you. Right now you are trying to transcend the karma which is depression. Right now you are trying to transcend the karma which is OCD or anxiety or even psychosis or schizophrenia. These are hardcore mental disorders, by the way, but you can change that. You see, free will. It's very, very difficult, isn't it? You say yes, you say it's so easy. Do you think I was not there once? Do you think I was not like you? But look, it's changed. Everything is meant to pass. You heard of Khalid Hosseini? Khalid, Persia also gave birth to the brilliant minds and extremely wise people. You understand or no? Rumi was Persian. Have you heard of a movie, Kite Runner? Does that sound familiar to you? It's a book, basically. They made a movie on it, Kite Runner. And the person who wrote that book, his name is Khalid Hosseini. He's the person of color, and he obviously is from Persia. You understand? Why did I say that? Why am I telling you this? Because wisdom is not confined to a certain race. Wisdom is not confined to a certain color. It can come from anywhere. That's why listening is important. I don't want to be too bent or deviate. You see, you like to see me bent. Anyway, moving on. Khalid Hosseini said, it shall too pass just like everything do. You understand? Khalid Hosseini said that, Namaskaram. मेरे को शक्ति दे, मेरे को शक्ति दे, तेरा काम कर रहा हूं मैं, मेरे को शक्ति दे. Khalid Hosseini said, it shall too pass, basically. Khalid Hosseini said, it shall too pass as most or everything does, you see. So everything would pass, you understand? It would pass, but all it takes is your willingness to start from somewhere. I cannot put my emphasis and I cannot elaborate or clarify or make it simple or simplify, whatever the English word we want to use, any simpler than, even if you are on the couch, even if you are struggling to move from the couch, you are breathing either way, isn't it? Whether you are struggling to move and walk, you are so overwhelmed by depression or anxiety, but you are, even in that situation, you are breathing, isn't it? It's a beautiful thing. You are breathing. You see, there are so many people who are not right now, or they are not going to inhale back, but you are lucky that you are, you see. And then you can pay attention simply. Don't not even think that you are doing meditation. Do not try to focus on anything. Do not try to create new religions. Do not try to create new philosophies. You see, you are not here to create all this human constructs, abstract things. You see, you are here to realize yourself. So do not board on any thought. It's compelling, but do not board. Stay where you are, just pay attention to your breathing. Give gratitude to this breathing. You understand that you still are alive, you see. And life is not a burden. Life is a gift. Through this life, you are going to do something about suffering. And remember something I have mentioned to you numerous times, suffering does not end. Whatever the karma we have attached, myself included, nobody is better here. I have told you numerous times before, cosmos does not realize what is better and what is who is a sinner and who is a saint. You think cosmos runs on morality? Otherwise, all these church-going people will be the gods around us. But that's not what you see the case, isn't it? Be practical yourself, okay? Look things at through practical approach. Do not live in fiction that Jesus died for somebody's sin. Nobody dies for anybody's sin. You gotta do it. You see, nobody's coming to rescue you. Like Muhammad is coming, they call me Superman. I'm here to rescue you, Muhammad. You know that trader back in Saudi Arabia? Anyway, I'm not here to downplay. I am trying to tell you, everything is attached to the Atman or soul. I'm not here to scare you, you see. But the thing is, if truth scares you, so be it, isn't it? I'm not here to tell you everything is going to be okay. You see, I'm not concerned if you lose one night's sleep, but I'm concerned when you come here in my presence and when you listen to the words of sacred and divinity, you are wide awake. Are you comprehending? You understand what I'm saying to you. I'm not here to solace you because I'm not going to lie, everything is going to be okay, or this is not happening. No, nothing is going to be okay unless you do something about it. You are the one who's going to do it. We are the one who would take your hand and walk you for some time, okay? It's a promise. That's why we are here. The misery, the karman, the deed, the action is not attached to our body, my loved ones, my seers, my watchers, my viewers. It's not attached to the body. Body is a very small happening in the immensity of limitless, in the immensity of darkness that holds everything. The omniscient, the omnipresent, not the darkness of ignorance. Do not confuse me with the darkness, that which is, you see. I am that darkness. You are that darkness. That's your fundamental state. We wouldn't go there right now. Anyway, so have patience. So in the immensity of this small accumulation that you understand as body is a very small happening. You understand that I have brought clarity regarding that too. What you are experiencing is not real. You know that you are dreaming your life right now. I can guarantee that it's not even real. Compared to, you see, now watch my words and understand the profoundness. Compared to what exists out there, you see, compared to what exists out there, this is zich, zira, nada, or whatever, nada, however you want to pronounce it. This is nothing, but yet it is something. The body, the accumulation. Body, look at your body as a tool. Look at your body as an expression through you yourself. You heard of Bruce Lee? Of course you have heard of Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was an epic. You know that? He was the brilliant, wise man and very fast. I mean, he literally could break my bones less than 5 seconds, all of it, entire body. He was very fast because he had extreme focus. A person who is spiritually strong was Bruce Lee. Very spiritually strong person, you know. And when you watch his interview, he died long time ago, even before my birth. You know, my birth was in 1978. He probably passed on before that point. I might be wrong, but that's not the point. Bruce Lee said your body is the expression of what you essentially are. That's the magnitude of his wisdom is beyond expression. You understand the statement? Your body is the expression what you really are. It's a fact. You are not your body. But through the body, you can change what's happening. You can do something about the suffering. Because once the body is gone, my loved ones, I have mentioned that before numerous times. Once our body is gone, that option is gone. You see, it's not available no more. Are you paying attention? Through the body, you can do something about it. So what's happening basically through this very body, you would change this restless feeling that you're carrying all the time and you are feeling very overwhelmed in good karma. You see, in pleasant karma, just like many, numerous, countless people have done. So in other words, what I'm saying, there is tons of hope. You see, just learn to hang in there and bring clarity in yourself. I am bringing clarity in you actually, but you gotta do your part too, you see. So life is a very short happening, but it's precious happening because it is given to you. You know you were dead before for an unknown period of time. You know that, don't you? You may not have the recollection of that, but I do, on the other hand. I also have the recollection of when I was in the womb of the woman who gave birth to me, that you know as mother. You understand that? I was aware in the womb of that woman. In a real yogic culture, we cut ties from the immediate family as immediate as humanly possible. I'm not asking you to do that. You have to be on a certain level of frequency. We talked about that yesterday. To take certain measures, basically, to take certain measures, you have to be on a to take certain measures, basically, you have to be on a certain level of vibration, a certain level of frequency. You understand? Because remember something, life force is energy. Life literally is energy. Life, you are not life. Life is given birth by what you essentially are. We have clarified that long time ago too, if you understand, you see. Anyway, moving on. So, whichever the direction you would move, whichever that, and how you move the energy through your focus, through your awareness, what you essentially are, whichever the direction you move, it would go, and it wouldn't end, because it would change forms. You see, it energy does not die; it changes form, even through the perspective of modern science, which started after Isaac Newton, Galileo. Anyway, through the perspective even of that, is only going to change form. It would not go anywhere. So understand, our karma is not attached to the body. People take their lives, and some of these people, if you look, they were very established, and you understand, they were very established. They had it all. That's what the expression is. They had it all. Chester Bennington, Linkin Park; Kurt Cobain, Nirvana; Robin Williams, Avicii from Sweden; and what was his name? The CNN fella, I always forget his name. Anthony Bourdain, you see. My heart goes out for them, you know that? My heart, I am not here to judge their actions, but I am here to give you rather a clear picture. So you do something about the suffering you are going through while you still can. These people committed suicide in religion, whether it's Islam, is Christianity, or is Judaism. These are the three monotheistic religions, excuse me. These are the three monotheistic religions. Then we have different type of religions like Jehovah Witness. These are the small religions and all that. Mind you, Hinduism is not a religion. We talked about that before. Anyway, in religion, they would condemn the person who committed suicide, say bad things about them, this and that. Condemnation is the tool in religion. The guilt is the tool in religion. You see, I carry no guilt. I carry no condemnation in me. I know what I want. I know when I want it. I am very clear. You see, I see the transparency of things in the things that are seen by you and also the things that are not seen by you. You see, these people, they had it all, but still, sadly and unfortunately, they took the shortcut because they were either very overwhelmed, even knowing that, and I have tremendous amount of compassion, limitless for them, even knowing maybe the truth they knew, but they were overwhelmed. I do not know what they were feeling in any given moment. You understand that? It's not my job to say bad things about them and condemn them. No, no, it would never happen. Whether they were extremely overwhelmed or they, in the back of their mind, profoundly, basically, in the back of their mind, profoundly, they thought they are their mind and they are their body. So as soon as they destroy it to a point that it cannot carry the life force or energy, it would be over. You understand that? But the thing is, it's not over. It's never going to be over. It's going to carry on. Remember, life force, energy, whichever way you move it through your focus, or for the most part of your day you spend in the mind frame, it would go in that direction. Just know that. It's very simple that I told you. Energy, it changes form, it never dies. Our karma is attached to our soul or Atman, you see, not to the body or mind. You were dead before for a long period of time. I was dead before. We all were dead. And after this, we would be dead again. As a matter of fact, I am, in this moment in time, I'm just using the word death. But in all truth, in ultimate truth, in all truth and in ultimate truth, there is no such thing as death. Body, what? You borrowed body, you see. When you came in contact physically with all other beings like you, I mean, we all do that, you see. The texture of two bodies in a certain process, you see, it rubs. And then the climate, like when people are in a relationship, people are playing lovers with each other, or people are married with each other. However you want to look at it, obviously there is a certain process that takes place. So the texture of each other is shaping this body. The climate is shaping this body. The surrounding is shaping this body. The food you are eating is shaping this body. You understand? You do not end on your body. The body is subtle. It can be seen through naked eye. Are you following me? But then we have suksham sharir, on which the body grows again. The accumulation grows again. Because we have been on this planet, we we have been on this planet countless times, countless lives we have lived. We were white at some point, we were black at some point, we were brown at some point, Caucaside, Mongoloid, and Negroid. These are the three prominent races that I know. In a very articulate manner, I'm explaining that, you see. And we all have been all this. That's why it's foolish. And I do not entertain the idea of discrimination specifically on the behalf of color. It's foolish because I have been everything. I have been a male, I have been a woman, I have been a female, I have been a transgender, and I have been numerous. So are you. You do not have a recollection. A person who taps on a certain frequency, a person who taps basically on a certain frequency, get those recollections. Only glimpses sometimes. Sometimes it's more subtle. Sometimes it's more concrete. But sometimes it's only glimpse. But the person knows things, you see. That state can only be achieved through Kriya meditation or fundamental meditation, no matter what that meditation may be. You understand? I'm just not solely waving the banner. Have you waved a banner before? You like to wave the banners, huh? So I'm not here solely to wave the banner of Kriya meditation. Whatever works for you as far as meditation or yoga, do it. Because I'm more concerned with your well-being. I'm more concerned with your happiness, you see. I do not get no money by saying Kriya meditation, but the reason I say Kriya meditation is the most simplest and extremely potent form through which you can expedite. Have you heard the term expedite? Do you know what expedite is? Through which you can expedite the process of your well-being, if you understand that. So we were dead before, long time. Then we took the shape again. We would be dead again. You are complaining, life sucks, life is a burden, because you are not seeing things clearly. Once you see things clearly, then a right kind of question would come. Then the question wouldn't come, yes, can you please tell us why life? Or why are we here? Or why life? In other words, if every molecule, every atom, every cell in your body was bursting in ecstasy, joy, and bliss, would you be asking that question, why life? No, you wouldn't even think about it. But now, because of the way everything is being developed, but we are not here to blame. You change from within, you look within, and you change from within. Everything changes around you. You see, that's why we do not complain, and that's why we do not carry guilt. You see, everything would change around you. I experience it all the time. Total one with the cosmos, total one with divinity. Anyway, moving on. So you were. Then the right kind of questions would come. This question is stupid. Why life? Why are you breathing? Isn't it? You are just because you are. Why your heart is beating? Just because you are. Simple. So why are you asking that kind of question? Because it has become, you feel it's a burden. You are going through and the karma is manifesting. Now I will tell you something more profound. And it's a secret, silent and super silent and pay focus. When the objects in cosmos, cosmos is limitless, it has no end to it. When the objects basically when the objects in cosmos that you can identify, because it has a physicality, it could be a sun, it could be stars, band of stars are my counsel, by the way, it could be numerous galaxies or planets or whatever you want to English attach to it, but it is maintained basically by a certain geometry, if you understand. But it is maintained by certain geometry. You see these objects in cosmos, when it slightly shifts, believe me, it slightly in extremely minute, and they are going in, but shift does not mean that shifting the geometrical position, shifting in a different way, but that's not my point, so we will not go into it right now. But when there is a change slightly, the karma which is attached to us in form of diseases and disorders, it manifests in people because you are connected to the entire cosmos. You know that whether you have the awareness of it or you do not, but you are connected. Universe is in me as much as I am in the universe. You know that, right? So a certain type, so that some karma would manifest only when that happens. Now you look around, you see your neighbor, and you look, and your memories also play a very sad role in how what you are going through. You understand your memory? If you could only learn to manage your memory, and if you could only learn to manage your imagination, More than half of the problem of yours is solved. You know that. But you are suffering your memories and you are suffering your imagination, sadly. You would say what the month is right now. The month is October. The month is October. You would say, last October, I was perfectly happy. You see, what you are thinking about last October, but since you are not aware or alert enough, you do not see what you are doing with yourself or with your thoughts. You would say last October 17th or last October, I was just a brilliant person. I was running around doing all that. And this October, look what happened, that I cannot even move from the couch. So as long as you keep remembering, you know, so as long as you keep remembering last October, there goes your misery carrying on. You see the point now? It's not useful right now, basically, that what you were doing last October, it has no meanings. It's done. It's down in the water, is gone. It's nowhere to be found. But in your memory, isn't it? If you think about that memory, you would become more miserable. It's a guarantee, isn't it? Use your common sense, what I'm telling you. If you think about last October, and last October you were very excited, October excited you, and this October you are not, sadly and unfortunately, because you keep remembering not only what you are going through, but you keep remembering last October. I was just jubilant. Don't worry about what you were last October. Just focus on what's happening right now, what's handed over to me. I need to accept that. That's tool number one. Do not suffer your memory. I'm giving you tools now, so pay attention. That's tool number one. Don't think about I was happy. Remember, the slight change in the immensity of this cosmos would manifest your karma. You wouldn't even know the reason. You would feel sudden change in you. And then it would lead. It means that also cosmos is telling you this is your time right now to do something about it, which is only to transcend the karma. We cannot get rid of the karma. We can only transcend the karma, you see. And that's what I'm giving you tools about, basically. So take advantage of me. I am offering here openly for free. I'm not asking for your money. You cannot give me anything. Take advantage of me while I'm still around for a brief period of time, you see. And I know what's coming. I can foresee things in the future. I know the prana, the life in me is very high now. It's so, the level of is light is so high that every day when every day when I wake up, I shave my crown chakra. I showed you in the picture yesterday. And I feel like it would explode. My Atman would explode anytime soon from there. And it would move on, you see. And when that happens, and it would happen, it would leave a crack on my skull. It means this person is not coming back now. Or if this person is coming back, maybe for a very brief period of time again. That I'm talking about the reincarnation or the next life. Anyway, so tool number one is no memory suffering. Right now, number two is acceptance of the situation. Number two, very significant. You know what I mean or no? I would elaborate. I would explain. That's why I'm here for. I'm the one who takes you from the darkness of ignorance to the light of awareness. I am immensity. I am boundless, you see. Number two is acceptance of the situation. You see, my job is not to judge, you see. There are prisoners or inmates, you see, in prison. And they have what they have done. Talking bad about them or talking good about them is not changing anything in your experience, or is it? You see, be practical. Look at things that way. But when they are there for it, that's the point I'm trying to make. But when they are there for an unknown period of time or a long period of time, the first advice a wise person, the first advice a meditator or a yogi gives them, understand it's not going to go anywhere soon. That's acceptance of the situation. Understand it's not going to go in a day. Understand it's not going to go in a second. Understand it's not going to go in a moment. Understand it's not going to go in one day. Understand it's not going to go when you wake up tomorrow. It would be gone after a good night's sleep. And if understand it's not going to go away when you are dreaming and you are having a beautiful dream. It's not going to go away. It is something that would stick around for a while. So you get used to it. That's what we understand as acceptance of the situation. This was just a metaphor, you see. The second metaphor is a person who's suffering with disease which are longer terms. I have a couple of those diseases, by the way, in me. Very long term, probably would go with my body, but I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I may even have cured it because I know how to do that too. It has no impact on my physicality. It was diagnosed by medical science. I understand medical science. I appreciate medical science. It has served some good to people, but not everything. You see, we wouldn't go into that. So the second thing, first I told you about the example of inmates in the correctional facilities, if they are there for long-term or unknown period of time. The first thing the wise person, the yogis, the meditator would tell them that acceptance of the situation is not going to go anywhere soon. So accept it profoundly, you see. And the second thing, the yogis, the meditators, the wise people would tell a person who has a long-term disease attached to the body that, look, the cure is not going to happen in one day. The cure is not going to happen in 2 days. The cure is not going to happen in months or even years. You see, accept the situation. That's what we understand, acceptance of the situation. Depression, anxiety, OCD, schizophrenia, psychosis, paranoia, you name it. These are disorders, you understand? They are not going to go away in a blink of an eye either. You see, so accept it first. That's the acceptance. Once you accept it, there is a room in you which creates. Are you following me? Rewatch this retreat and video if you're not comprehending. Once you accept the situation, there is a room which creates in you. You learn to detach yourself and look at the situation as a spectator. You are very calm in that moment. If you freak out, if you panic, that's the worst thing you would do, because it's not going to go anywhere. It would prompt you to take drastic measures, which is not a cool thing. So keep yourself calm all the time. That's number 2 tool that I have given you, that right now what you are going through. And number 3, start from the least, whatever you can do. You see, you can go to the psychiatrist, it would tell you same thing. As a matter of fact, you play this video in front of her or him, whoever the gender psychiatrist carry. They would say, this guy is telling you what I was about to, you see. Anyway, and number 3 basically is start from the small stuff if you are overwhelmed. You understand? Start from the brief stuff if you are overwhelmed. Start from very tiny, take baby steps. Nobody is expecting you. I have mentioned numerous times, but know your mind. You are so influenced by your mind. Your mind tells, look at this guy, yes, he's telling you these pathetic ways. What difference is going to make while you are feeling so overwhelmed? And you are laying and you are struggling even to move from your couch or bed, and he's telling you to watch your breathing. He's telling you to just admire your breathing and lay straight and keep your backbone as comfortable but humanly possible straight. You see, that the mind would tell you, because mind is employed right now while you are suffering. Demons and devil are employed right now. They are cracking up. They are shouting that you cannot see around you, and you are the victim of all this, you see. But on the other hand, yes, who is the warrior? On the other hand, yes, who is the sword from divinity, is saying you either can take the small step, basically, मेरे को शक्ति दे. On the other hand, yes is basically saying that you can either remain miserable, isn't it? Or you can take the small baby step, which you still can, isn't it? I mean, look profoundly, look what you are doing, look at it. That you can either remain miserable and think or imagine that somebody is coming from outside to rescue you. You see, like Muhammad, the song I told you about, or Lord Jesus Christ is coming on unicorn or anything like that. Lord Jesus Christ, leave Muhammad alone. I do not talk about him. Lord Jesus Christ, by the way, he was a custodian of our planet, and I hold enormous and gigantic amount of respect for him because he did what I am doing in these circumstances. He showed you the way, isn't it? He told you things that's maybe some of those things you could not even understand since his level and magnitude of his awareness was so high, or you mistook it and you just worshipped him and idealized him. But he showed you the way to kingdom of heaven, and I don't even have a slight doubt in my mind that he did. You see, if you can only understand what he's saying in parables and in his biography, or how he acted on numerous times in numerous situations, if you understand, you see. But he has done his part. You see, he has done his part. Even right now, his heart, my heart, and other beings' hearts are crying out for you to help you. But you have to do it. You see, you have to use your will and you have to do it. So you, in the end, if you want to do something about the misery, don't listen to the mind which is telling you all that I mentioned a few moments ago. But in just use the only option you have. Okay, let me take the baby step and start from small. Let's see if it makes a difference. Even if it doesn't make a difference in the end, you don't see no difference, at least you gave it a try, isn't it? Then you do not carry guilt, you have the satisfaction. You gave it a try. These three things, keep that in mind. Start taking the baby step, you see, and then you would be able, when you are more mobile, when you can sit straight, then you can perform slightly more sound meditation. But every journey is starting from first step. Every journey is starting from one step, isn't it? I mean, you cannot reach the destination if you don't put your foot to start the journey. The person who says I can reach is insane. It's not possible, no matter how hard you look at it. So start the journey from somewhere. Exhaust every option. Keep trying and trying and trying. That's all. Keep trying. There is no other awareness about this. You see, there is no extreme phenomena. There is just trying and trying and trying. You see, look, my loved ones, I love you. Remember something. Some of us go like warriors, and some of us go like conquerors. Do you think I am a conqueror? Do you? It matters not. It matters not for me whether I am a conqueror or I am a warrior. At least I'm trying. That's what I want to see in you. Just, you would say, whenever our time is, even if we are not going like conquerors, we are going like warriors. If you understand, we are going like warriors, and we have the satisfaction that we fought it. You see, we didn't give in to it. You understand? If you remember, only a week back, I posted a very brief video in which I am playing with the fire. You see, fire. Shiva Ji Maharaj is the manifestation of it is first fire. The Agni. You see, have you heard of a Sanskrit Malayalam book? It's in Sanskrit and Malayalam, which is in southern India. The book Agni Sakshi. Agni means fire. Sakshi is consciousness, the silent witness. It means fire as my witness. So I was playing with the fire. It's not that I was, playing like this or like, the trick people do or anything like that. It's just an expression, you see. There was fire, you can watch the video, and I am doing certain spiritual rituals, if you understand, that you would not know what they are. You see, I am doing some certain spiritual rituals. The band of stars on the sky. You see the band of the stars on the sky? Those stars are extremely potent. Those are beings, and they always are watching over me. You have seen my Facebook banner. You like to see my banner? You have seen my Facebook cover photo, the banner over there. That banner has beings sitting over there. You can take a look over there. And then what happens? There is a person who is also sitting, and there is a fire going on in the center. There is a person also sitting whose back is what you are facing. So you cannot see the person's face. You see, I would just leave it to that. Now, the band of stars are my counsel. You see, the band of stars on the sky are my counsel, and they are watching over me all the time. If anything slightly moves, then I feel the presence and potency of it. You see, so I was aligned with my guardians. Those are my guardians. I was aligned while I was performing certain rituals with a small fire pit, you see. And I was performing it because I was rescuing. I'm not even saying I was trying to, because I was successfully. I am rescuing somebody who committed suicide, if you understand. I was rescuing. Now, this person keeps showing the face, not total subtle. You see the subtle face, like this physical face, the features and everything that you can see, not the subtle face, but the like the suksham sharir. So the face could be seen or felt, but not through the eyes of an average person. Only a meditator, a yogi, or a sage, or a rishi, or a sannyasi, a person on, again, a person on high level of vibration or frequency can see and can also know the purpose, that why this person is showing me the face. So, and this person committed suicide and got stuck. And carried guilt, because if you are stuck, you are going to be there for an unknown period of time, like a ghost. That's how we create ghosts. So I rescued this being that day. I said go. And as far as I am concerned, this being is gone. And at the very least, I have given this being a guideline, a path, that it would lead this being and take this being out from the being is lost, if you understand. We would not go further in this matter. We would not detail this matter, nor this matter serves any purpose in your life. I have given you three significant and potent tools right now. You are going through depression or any of these disorders. You see, I have given you three tools. Do it first. If you have a problem, means if you have a problem, meaning if you misunderstood something, or you didn't comprehend it fully, or it is perplexed, or it's creating some kind of predicament or confusion in your awareness, you can always write me, yeah? And I'm here to solve that, you see. So do it first and keep in touch with me. If you ever want to say something, if you ever want me to tell you something, if you ever want to vent, you can always call me in Messenger, It's your decision, it's your life. I am the one who's just holding your hand and helping you walk. मेरे को शक्ति दे ईश्वर, मेरे को शक्ति देने का, तेरे लफ्ज बोल रहा हूं, मेरे को शक्ति दे, थोड़ा दे ताकत इन लोगों को, थोड़ा तवानाई दे इनको. I'll be right back, don't go anywhere, yeah. Oh महादेव, मेरे को शक्ति दे. I'll be right back. You are not off the hook until unless you do meditation. You understand that? Oh. Om Shiva. O Shivaji Maharaj. Om Shiva, O Shivaji Maharaj, lead me in the path which has no fear so I can lead these followers. O Lord Mahadeva, lead me in the path which has no fear in it. Lead me in the path which has no duality. Lead me in the path which has no fear in it. Lead me in the path which has no duality. Lead me in your path. Lead me in the path of truth and lead me in the path of wisdom. I do not ask for money. Spare Shiva, I know it. I do not ask for stability. Spare Shiva, I know it. I do not ask for routine. Spare Shiva, I know it. There are so many blinds here that listen to it and they still go for money. They still go for stability. They still go for the image. They still go for, if there is nothing in this for me, then I'm not in it. Isn't it the words you use? If there is nothing in it for me, then I am not interested. Let's see how far you can go with that kind of struggle till your life becomes a constant struggle. You see, things like that, when you become selfish and you look around and you scheme in your mind for the money or what's in there for you, nature would give you the runaround for the rest of your life, and also nature would warn you out in the struggle. You would find yourself in a constant struggle. I am as certain as you are hearing the sound of my very voice, and it's coming from sacred. Don't be selfish. Do not go after petty things. Bank on something which always is, and which always will be. You see, bank on those things. Be smart about it. Be wise about it. Don't betray. Don't betray other people for your selfish gain. I promise you, it's not good. We'll just leave it to that. Just remember something, keep meditating, okay? I love you. I always have, and I always will.